What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about the top 4 squeeze plays that Ortex is calling out. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 4, you do have ticker LB, so Landbridge, sitting at 74.54. There's a lot of good information here, such as market cap, and so it's about 5.71 billion, and a lot of other good information. Over the last 1 year, it is up 13.65%, and then over the last 1 month, up 44.93. This is what they do, in case you are curious, real estate operating companies for employees, founded in 2021, but we're here because of this. So 16.68% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 4.2 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 206.39%. Short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, and that is sitting at 91.39. One thing that I've really found is that Ortex likes to pick stocks where shorts are very visibly overextended. So for instance, right here, DTC is sitting at 10.55 days. So generally, that shows kind of a magnitude of a squeeze, and again, how overextended shorts are, because that does factor in the average volume for the stock in comparison to number of shares being shorted. So at the end of the day, shorts are kind of in a little bit of a bind right now, but nonetheless, one thing as well I do like to bring up is through IBKR, how many shares is available, because if you see some stocks with limited supply, you could be seeing some buying from big institutions, because there's a lot of big institutions such as BlackRock, Vanguard that like to buy stock just to lend out. So there's roughly around 1,000 shares. So most likely going into this upcoming week, you could be seeing some buying. So this is the 4th stock that Ortex is calling as a squeeze play. Moving on to stock number 3, ticker is PLSE, so Pulse Bioscience, sitting at 14.40. Over the last 1 year, not doing that great, down 15.84%, and it looks like it's been really going down with the broader market. Over the last 1 month, it is down 16.13%. This is what they do. So healthcare equipment, 75 employees, 2014, that's when it was founded. Good old Miami, Florida. But 14.1% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 2.4 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average, kind of on the low end, so 6.99%. Short score, still fairly high, so 84.28. And then DTC is 13.44 days. So definitely shorts are very overextended with this. And as well, there's not that much available stock, so about 400,000 shares. So you could be seeing some buying going into this upcoming week. Moving into stock number 2, ticker is LUCK, so Lucky Strike Entertainment, sitting at 8.11. Over the last 1 year, down 27.98%, and then over the last 1 month, it is down 18.57. On a side note, I know I didn't really dive deep into it, but for those of you that want more, let's say, quantitative data, this is through Seeking Alpha, so it has all the scores right here. So quantitative score of 2.7, which does work out to be a hold. Wall Street, this is based on analyst ratings, so they do as a consensus see it as a buy, 4.4 out of 5. And this is a little bit more of a breakdown for the quantitative data. So again, feel free to go back in the video, pause it if that's your thing that you want to focus on, but nonetheless, this is what this stock does. So leisure facilities, about 7,800 employees, founded in 1997, based out of the States. Right now, 26.82% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 3.7 million shares. Cost to borrow average is 13.55. Shorts have surprisingly returned a lot recently, and so something again to keep in mind. So short score or short interest was around 40%, and that was in May. So since then they've been slowly returning, but still it does signal through the DTC that they are very overextended. So 15.2 days, so that is insane. Aside from that, short score 90.02, so fairly high for that. And then through IBKR, there's about 25,000 shares. So same scenario could play out for this upcoming week. So you could be seeing some buying from big institutions. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because you obviously that level of buying could add just a nice push higher, buying pressure, and it might be the tiding kind of thing that needs to happen in order for shorts to kind of get squeezed out. So nonetheless, this is stock number 2, and then moving on to stock number 1, and that is ticker IEP. sitting at $8.75 over the last 1 year, down 30.33. Over the last 1 month, up 6.58. So kind of stagnant for that. Again, Wall Street does see this as a buy. Seeking Alpha analysts see it as a sell. Quantitative as a hold. So you kind of have all over the place for that. This is, again, something I didn't really bring up, the seasonality, but with us now being in November, historically over the last 10 years, it goes down about 2.5%, down 5.2 in December. January, February seems to be pretty much the good months for it, and it does go up. So again, just something to keep in mind for those of you that want to kind of swing trade it for a little bit longer than short term, but this is what they do. Founded in 1987, 15,000 employees, based out of good old Florida. And right now, 15.12% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 12.2 million shares. DTC still very overextended, so 15.83 days. Short score 88.19, and then cost to borrow average 11.92. So a lot of, in many cases, shorts just being overextended. That seems to be, again, what Ortex does like to focus on. Through IBKR does indicate about 40,000 shares. So pretty much in all of the cases that I did bring up, you could be seeing some buying going into this upcoming week. So at the very bare minimum, add them to your watch list. I do feel that a lot of these types of lists, they either have a fairly nice squeeze, or based on the circumstances, shorts being overextended, a lot of good previous momentum, stock price does continue to appreciate. So regardless, add it to your watch list. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other squeeze plays that you feel could go up this week? Hopefully everyone's having an amazing weekend thus far. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.